Maili. We're getting reports, unconfirmed, that at least 2 homes have already burned. It's also a first alert weather day because of the fire threat statewide. We'll have more on that in a moment. We begin with our Dylan Ncheta, who is live in Maili. He's joining us now with the latest. Dylan?
Hey, aloha, thank you so much. I am located on Kulaaupuni Road here in Maili, which is just about the closest that we can get to this fire right now. If you can take a look, we actually have some flames burning actively right now. The plume of smoke is just filling this valley. Firefighters are on the ground and also trying to attack this fire by air. We have the chopper making water drops from above, but by the looks of it right now, this fire is still pretty strong. We are located on the side of one of the farms here in Maili, and on our way here we talked to a number of residents who said unconfirmed reports about what possibly started this. We don't want to get into that right now, but not everyone along this street has evacuated. Just coming here, we saw a few people who were still sticking down at their property. They didn't want to leave for whatever reason, but the wind is blowing from mauka to Makai, which means that all of this smoke is filling this valley as it heads out towards the ocean. And if we could look towards our left, we have another fire truck down the way there. HFD has the long fire hoses lining this street and the cross street. They are doing their very best to get the upper hand on this fire. Now, I'm told, as you mentioned, there are unconfirmed reports that at least 2 structures have burned, and we know that some witnesses to this fire have reported hearing loud explosions. Some residents tell us there is a business up in that area just above the farm, and they have some carnival rides, some tinting equipment, possibly some vehicles that ignited that are now up in flames, and the smoke is very thick and it's coming in waves, really. And so we're also told by some community members that Waianae Intermediate is open as an evacuation point. And if we could come back out here live, the evacuation orders were issued late this afternoon, and a lot of residents in the area were told to get out, but again, not everyone did. And we're actually joined by some community members here. This is Lily. She lives right next to this fire. First off, can you tell us what you heard around the time the fire started?
My husband told me, he said, hey, there's a fire up there. And so I went and I saw it going, and I cried to watch my neighbor's house burn down. And just last week, I was on Facebook saying, hey, this place is a fire hazard, it's going to burn down. I called the fire chief came here. I told him, you need to clean up right there, that house is going to burn down. They cleaned up there, and when I spoke with the owner, it's a new owner, he said, yeah, Auntie, wait. In my mind was, wait for what? This is it.
The fire, just like this. And I want to ask you, you are one of a number of residents who did not yet evacuate. Why did you decide to not leave immediately?
I have dogs to take care of, and also I watched the fire situation, and the fire department was taking care of it. They didn't come the fastest, but they were taking care of it, and the wind was blowing that way, and then it was blowing the other way, and I just prayed, and I just knew that we were safe. And my family came down from Kapolei to get rid of us, to help us to go, but we knew we were okay.
Got it. Are you concerned at all? Do you think it'll come any closer to your house?
I am concerned because you know how the ambers can go. About 7 years ago, there was a fire, and I was right across the street, and it burned my face. I could feel the heat on my face and everything. That's why I did that last week. I called the fire chief and everything, because I said, I know what happened with the Maui fires, because 3 o'clock in the morning, I saw a spark. I went out to try and put it out, and it went boom real fast, and that's how I knew what happened in Maui.
Got it. Lily, thank you so much for sharing your witness account. We also have a member of the neighborhood board. We're going to try to talk to him in a little bit. They have expressed, as you heard, concerns about this dry brush here in Maili. So for now, we'll keep watching this. We will try and get more information from the Honolulu Fire Department as the fire continues to burn there in the valley. Live in Maili, Dylan Ncheta, Hawaii News Now.
We continue our team coverage. We go now to our Daryl Huff, who is at Maili Elementary School. He was able to speak to residents who evacuated.
I'm here at Maili Elementary School. There's a handful of people here. The restroom is open, so people have camped out here for a few minutes. You can see the plume of smoke behind me. The wind right this second is blowing to the west and sort of southwest. Just a few minutes ago, it was blowing right down in this direction, right back towards the town. And a firefighter has told me, a retired firefighter told me, that this is the kind of wind they hate because it moves around a lot, and if it keeps going to the west, there's...
And it was started with a mattress, and then the fire jumped over and started catching all the property this way. I don't know how many houses burned or what, but it was so black. I was in Nanakuli, I could see the black smoke over the mountain.
Quite a few houses over there. Reporting from Maili Elementary School, Daryl Huff, Hawaii News Now.
We have reports, by the way, we've just learned Honolulu Fire Department says the Maili fire is currently 20% contained. Now this is a live look at a brush fire on Maui near Kamehameha Road and Kalanianaole Highway. This blaze on Maui reported just before 4 p.m. Right now, MEMA says there are no evacuation orders right now, but residents in the area are being asked to prepare to leave if necessary. We will continue to monitor this fire as well and bring you any updates. And in upcountry Maui, Hawaiian Electric has activated its public safety power shutoff program due to the high winds and dry conditions. This will leave about 330 customers in the dark tonight, as residents should prepare for the shutoff to last into tomorrow morning. HECO officials say they only activate the program as a last line of defense to protect lives and reduce the risk of a wildfire. That risk has also prompted your H&N First Alert Weather Team to declare a First Alert Weather Day. Meteorologist Drew Davis is here with more.
Aloha, Ben. We've been giving the first alert about this elevated fire danger risk over the last couple of days. We've been forecasting for stronger winds. We have a first alert weather day in effect for the entirety of the island chain because of that fire threat, especially in leeward areas because of these gusty trade winds and dry conditions. The National Weather Service doesn't have any fire alerts out there right now, but we do have a wind advisory over the eastern half of the state. That's going to continue until 6 p.m. on Monday. We've got gusty trades, easterlies between 20 to 30 miles per hour. And I want to show you something on our first alert radar and satellite. It's been relatively quiet over the last hour or so. Just zooming in closer towards Oahu, you can see not much rainfall coming down. You notice over on the leeward part of the island, over in Maili, we are seeing the smoke from the plume, the smoke plume actually picking up on the radar. It's able to pick up smoke and other particulates coming from the fire over there. So we're watching that very closely. It's breezy outside right now. Overall, sustained winds in town 17 miles per hour, but in the leeward portions of the island, we're likely seeing much stronger winds as they're racing down the mauka slopes. 25-mile-per-hour winds over in Kahului, and maximum wind gusts today in town around 36 miles per hour. Over in Maui, even breezier, 46-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And we're expecting winds to remain strong the next several afternoons. You can see that very clearly in our first alert windcast. I want to take you to Monday, 3 p.m. between 15 to 25-mile-per-hour sustained winds out there. And again, even wind gusts stronger, closer to potentially 30 miles per hour and above. A very similar story on Tuesday, but luckily we're tracking a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere going forward. A quick look at our drought monitor across the state. We're seeing level 3 out of 4 drought conditions on Hawaii Island, 2 out of 4 on the leeward portions of Maui and Molokai. Luckily over here on Oahu, it's a little bit, we've got better conditions, but level 1 out of 4 drought conditions where we actually have the fire ongoing over in Maili. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll give you a closer look at how dry the brush is out there. We'll also give you a look at our 7-day forecast as we continue to track the elevated fire danger risk.
Drew, thank you very much. In other news, a popular Oahu hiking trail in East Oahu is closed after an 8-year-old boy was critically injured there. But many are still ignoring the warnings and still hiking the slopes of Koko Crater despite the closure. Yellow tape and orange caution posts blocked off a portion of the pathway to the Koko Crater hiking trail Sunday. Those, and signs saying the trail and the summit were closed, didn't deter hikers from making the climb.
I was surprised to see the tape, and so we just talked to people around us, and just so that there were hundreds of people already in there, so we just did it.
The closure came after an 8-year-old boy fell 20 feet down a shaft at the top of the trail. The boy suffered multiple injuries and was airlifted out in critical condition. Despite the incident, hikers we spoke with feel the trail is safe overall.
As long as you're watching your step, you've got hydration with you, and aware of your surroundings. A lot of people on the trail, so And once again, just watch your step.
Many hikers agree a section of the stairs made of train tracks with a small gully below it could be slightly dangerous, but there is a bypass to avoid it.
Because it was like no stability under it. They got like the train tracks and stuff, but they do have like another trail that leads, but it does have like a sign that posts dangerous. So it's like up to you if you want to do it or not. That's the only part I felt like was like unsafe, but it says it up there, so it should be okay.
Hikers also feel there are enough warnings posted throughout the park.
There's plenty of warning signs before the trail, on the trail too.
The Coconut Coalition, a volunteer group that maintains the trail, says it encourages everyone to heed all warning signs and take every precaution seriously. An update now on this story. Honolulu police are still searching for the suspects in a drive-by shooting that occurred in Kalihi yesterday. It happened around 1:30 a.m. near Palamea Lane. 4 people were hurt, EMS rushing 2 of the victims to the hospital in serious condition. A witness told Hawaii News Now they heard about 5 shots.
I hear like the shot about maybe 5 times. People is going to die maybe after that. We don't know. It's going to stop.
Anyone with information on this shooting should call 911. HFD extinguished a house fire in Waipahu this afternoon. Crews were called to Leobaena Street at around 1:50. They found a fire at a single-story home spreading to a neighboring residence. Firefighters determined no one was inside and were able to put the blaze out in about an hour. No one was hurt. The cause remains under investigation. Right now, more on that breaking news. Another live look in Maili, where residents have been told to evacuate their homes. Mauka of Kulaaupuni Road. 20% of the fire is contained, according to Honolulu fire officials. We'll have more on this and more news coming up when Hawaii News Now continues in a moment.